Some warriors didn't just win battles, they terrified entire armies. Their names became legends that still echo through history. From samurai masters to conquerors who built massive empires, these fighters changed the course of history. Here are 10 of the most dangerous warriors who ever lived. Number 10. Vlad the Impaler. Few rulers in history inspired as much fear as Vlad the Impaler. Vlad III ruled Wallachia during the 15th century, and became infamous for his brutal methods of punishing enemies. His nickname came from his preferred execution method, implement. While this practice existed before his reign, Vlad used it extensively as a form of psychological warfare. During conflicts with the Ottoman Empire, Vlad reportedly left fields filled with impaled soldiers outside captured towns. These terrifying displays were meant to break enemy morale before battles even began. Although his rule was extremely harsh, some historians see Vlad as a determined defender of his land against Ottoman expansion. His terrifying reputation spread across Europe and eventually inspired the legend of Dracula. Number 9. Richard the Lionheart. Richard I of England, known as Richard the Lionheart, was one of the most famous warrior kings of the medieval world. Born in the year 1157, Richard quickly gained a reputation for bravery and skill in battle. Unlike many rulers who commanded from a distance, Richard often fought directly alongside his soldiers. He became widely known during the Third Crusade, where he led Christian forces against the armies of Saladin in the Holy Land. Richard proved himself to be a skilled commander and won several important battles during the campaign. Even his enemies respected his courage and leadership. Although he was King of England, Richard spent very little time actually ruling the country. Most of his life was dedicated to warfare across Europe and the Middle East. His fearless presence on the battlefield made him one of the most legendary warriors of the Middle Ages. Number 8. Spartacus. Spartacus was a warrior who began his life as a slave. Originally from Thrace, he was captured by the Romans and forced to fight as a gladiator. In the year 73 before Christ, Spartacus and several other gladiators escaped from a training school in the Roman city of Capua. What began as a small escape quickly turned into one of the largest slave revolts in Roman history. Spartacus managed to gather an army of tens of thousands of escaped slaves, and defeated several Roman forces sent to stop him. His leadership and tactical ability shocked the Roman Republic, which had underestimated the rebellion. Although the revolt was eventually crushed by Roman legions, Spartacus became a powerful symbol of resistance against oppression. His story remains one of the most remarkable examples of a man rising from slavery to challenge one of the most powerful empires in history. Number 7. William Wallace. William Wallace became one of the most famous symbols of Scottish resistance. In the late 13th century, Scotland was struggling against English domination. Wallace emerged as one of the leaders of the rebellion against English rule. He gained international fame in the year 1297 during the Battle of Stirling Bridge. Despite commanding a smaller force, Wallace used the narrow bridge to his advantage and defeated a much larger English army. The unexpected victory shocked England and turned Wallace into a national hero in Scotland. After the battle, Wallace was named Guardian of Scotland and continued to fight for independence. Eventually he was captured by English forces and executed. Despite his defeat, his courage and determination made him one of the most legendary warriors in Scottish history. Number 6. Leonidas. Leonidas, the king of Sparta, became famous for one of the most heroic last stands in military history. In the year 480 before Christ, during the Persian invasion of Greece, Leonidas led a small Greek force to defend the narrow pass of Thermopylae. The Persian army, led by King Xerxes, greatly outnumbered the Greek defenders. Despite this overwhelming disadvantage, Leonidas and his warriors held the pass for several days. The Spartans were known for their discipline, training, and fearlessness in battle. Leonidas chose to remain at Thermopylae even when defeat became inevitable. Alongside a small group of Greek soldiers, he fought to the very end. Although the Persians eventually won the battle, the stand at Thermopylae became a powerful symbol of courage and sacrifice. Number 5. Saladin. Saladin was one of the most respected military leaders of the medieval world. Born in the year 1137, he became the Sultan of Egypt and Syria and led Muslim forces during the Crusades. Saladin is best known for his victory at the Battle of Hattin in the year 1187, where his army decisively defeated the Crusader forces. This victory allowed him to recapture Jerusalem, one of the most important cities in the region. Saladin was admired not only for his military skill, but also for his reputation as an honorable leader. Even his enemies respected him for his discipline and strategic intelligence. His ability to unite Muslim territories and challenge powerful Crusader armies made him one of the most formidable warriors of his time. Number 4. Miyamoto Musashi. Miyamoto Musashi was one of the most legendary samurai in Japanese history. Born in the year 1584, Musashi became famous for his unmatched swordsmanship and his success in dozens of duels. According to historical records, Musashi fought more than 60 duels during his lifetime and was never defeated. He developed his own unique fighting style that involved using two swords at the same time, something rarely practiced by other samurai. Musashi was not only a warrior but also a philosopher and strategist. Later in life he wrote the Book of Five Rings, a famous work about combat strategy and mindset. His discipline, skill, and undefeated record turned him into a legendary figure in Japanese culture. Number 3. Attila the Hun. Attila the Hun was one of the most feared conquerors of the ancient world. During the 5th century, he became the ruler of the powerful Hun Empire and launched devastating campaigns across Europe. His armies invaded territories belonging to both the Eastern and Western Roman empires. The speed and brutality of Hun attacks terrified entire regions. Cities were destroyed and Roman armies struggled to stop his advance. Attila became known as the Scourge of God because many people believed his invasions were a form of divine punishment. Under his leadership, the Huns built a powerful empire stretching across large parts of Central and Eastern Europe. His reputation as a relentless conqueror made him one of the most feared warriors in history. Number 2. Alexander the Great. Alexander the Great is widely considered one of the greatest military commanders in history. Born in the year 356 before Christ in Macedonia, Alexander became king at the age of 20. Despite his young age, he quickly proved himself to be a brilliant strategist and fearless leader. Over the course of just a decade, Alexander conquered the mighty Persian Empire and expanded his territory across 3 continents. His armies marched through Asia Minor, Egypt, Persia, and as far as India. Alexander was known for leading his troops from the front lines and personally participating in battles. His ability to defeat larger armies made him a legendary figure in military history. Number 1. Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan stands as one of the most dangerous and influential warriors in history. Born as Temujin around the year 1162 on the Mongolian steppe, he rose from humble beginnings to become the founder of the Mongol Empire. Through discipline, strategy, and ruthless efficiency, Genghis Khan united the Mongol tribes and created one of the most powerful armies the world had ever seen. His forces conquered vast territories across Asia and Eastern Europe. The Mongol army was famous for its speed, organization, and devastating cavalry tactics. Cities that resisted often faced total destruction, spreading fear throughout entire regions. By the time of his death, Genghis Khan had built the largest contiguous land empire in history. These warriors came from different cultures and different centuries, but they all shared one thing in common. Their names became legends on the battlefield. Their courage, strategy, and leadership shaped the course of history and changed the fate of entire civilizations. But history is full of powerful warriors, and many others could easily belong on this list. Which warrior do you think was the most dangerous in history? Let me know in the comments below.